Up, but now we're getting ready on the track for the men's 1,500-meter final, and this is going to be a good one as we take a look at the records. Nordine Morsley, of course, the world record holder. Sidney Marie still holding that American record for the last 13 years, and the meet record held by Steve Scott back in 1982. And a great story here. Paul McMullen, who missed this meet last year due to a tragic accident where he injured himself with a lawnmower on his feet, won the indoor nationals here in 1998. His brother competed in the decathlon earlier, and McMullen in great shape to come back here at the Nationals 1 year after being in the hospital.
Dwight, I always marvel at McMullen because of one thing. I was a miler myself, and I don't ever remember seeing anybody run quite as fast as he has, the equivalent of a 3:53 mile, and he's 6'2", 175 pounds.
Also in the field, Richie Boulet, who is having a great year, the 25-year-old Cal grad, finished second to McMullen at the indoor championships in March, and was also 3:53 he ran at the Prefontaine Classic a few weeks ago.
A real breakthrough for him. When he's turned 25, he says he's done nothing differently. He just keeps upping his mileage a bit, and it's showing.
Steve Holman, who made the Olympic team 6 years ago on this track, but has had problems in big meets that qualify for big teams. This might be a good race for him, Larry.
Well, he 3 of the last 4 years has been the top American miler, despite the ups and downs in each season, and he has run the equivalent of a 3:50 mile. So actually a 3:48 if you go to the metric distance, Dwight.
There you look at the rest of the competitors. You'll see Bob Kennedy there, fourth from the top. He's usually in the 5,000 meters, but the heat and humidity so oppressive here, he decided to work on his speed. Also, David Krummenacker, a good 800-meter runner, has moved up to the 1,500-meter distance. So everything that you would want in this 1,500 meters. Very, very tough conditions, though, Larry.
They are. Dr. David Martin, who does a lot of work here with heat and humidity indexes, told me on the track the last 2 days and today the temperature is around, on the track itself, 112 degrees.
Well, Paul McMullen has 25 family members here, including his father, and he's hoping to give him a nice Father's Day gift. In fact, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there who are watching us. And Holman tucking in right there in second place. That's a good place for him right now. Maybe, Larry, I'm thinking with the pressure of not a lot at stake here, not an Olympic team, not a world championship team, maybe this is a good kind of race for Holman to run well in a national championship.
That's a good point, Dwight, and it may well turn out that way. We'll see. This is a very moderate pace watching leg turnover. It's a slow pace. It may be a kicker's race. The body is an amazing instrument here in milers and above. You frequently see it in distance races. The pulse rate of these athletes will get up to 190 to 200 beats in the last half of the race, and that's per minute. And the blood flow through the heart is up to 1 quart of blood plasma every 2 seconds. Astounding.
Matt Holthaus is currently leading on the Holman, now trying to take the lead, 58.2 unofficially the first 400 meters, so a good honest pace. In fact, I'm amazed to see the pack so bunched up in a 58-second first 400.
I agree, but we'll see. You know, these athletes are warmed up. Their bodies can cope with it. A slow pace. Now, we'll see. 58 is not a barn-burning pace. The key here is what is this lap going in as to whether it turns into a kicker's race. Bryan Berryhill from Colorado State, just a sophomore, is in the race. David Krummenacker, who you mentioned, who's tall, former graduate of Georgia Tech, is in the race. He is right now running in second place with the beard in the blue and yellow. Has great speed.
Steve Holman happy to set the pace with Krummenacker right behind him, followed by Jason Pyrah, who made the team in 1996. But Holman has started to become a front rider lately. It's just a matter of the last 200 meters he starts to falter in championship-type races.
Both Berryhill and Krummenacker have the type of speed that make eventually great milers. Both. One is 20 years of age, Berryhill. Krummenacker in second place is 23. The 800-meter split, just under 159. It's 158.6. And this is turning into a kicker's race, Dwight.
Paul McMullen, who's spent most of the last 2 laps in the back of the pack, has now weaved his way into the middle of the pack, but he's had to use some energy and work his way out to lane 3. He's now dropped in. He's about 6th place. Holman still leading over Krummenacker. Jason Pyrah with a shaved head, and Richie Boulet. Be careful of him. These athletes have to be concerned about getting boxed right now.
The race is about to begin right about now. Down this home stretch, around the turn, watch everybody shift gears. And there you see the Telly Savalas look-alike, Jason Pyrah, move up beside Holman.
Holman still leading with 1 lap to go, 2:45 with 1 lap to go. So like you said, Larry, it will be a kicker's race. Holman has a great kick, but he's been leading the race as Pyrah now is challenging him with 300 meters to go. It's Pyrah, Holman, and Jamey Harris.
Pyrah doing the long kick because he lacks the ability to really have blazing sprint speed over the last 100 meters.
It's Pyrah with Harris right behind him, and Holman struggling in third with Krummenacker fourth, McMullen in fifth, trying to mount a charge. Pyrah and Jamey Harris. Now Harris coming up on Pyrah's shoulder. You said that Pyrah didn't have the kick. It's Jamey Harris in the all-black. Graduated Fresno State in 1994. Third year in a row that he's a finalist, and finally in 1998 a champion. Pyrah will be second. Holman is tying up badly. McMullen will be third. Holman grabbing at his thigh, but Jamey Harris, almost a total unknown, runs a brilliant race. Ninth at the 96 Olympic trials, but a champion at the U.S. Nationals in 98.
Dwight, we saw signs of a bit of a breakthrough. He probably had the 7th best time coming in here among these finalists, but he did run 3:38 this year, and he ran well in the heats. But you had to defer as far as who was a favorite to many of the others in the race. Congratulations for the breakthrough. Notice he got himself in position to win. He went as the pace began to pick up. Steve started to struggle here with about 150 meters to go. Holman in third. There was Pyrah on the inside, who's coming off in a hamstring injury the last 2 weeks that he's done very little training, and he said it held together barely for the trials here, but he made it to the finals and it was running very well when Harris came down the stretch with the most. I'm surprised. This is a really big, in many ways refreshing moment when America finds more milers to step onto the world stage.
Boy, isn't it the truth? 54.8 last lap for Jamey Harris. A big PR, almost a full second personal best, and what a great thing it is to run a personal best in a national championship. And let's go down to Carol Lewis, who has Jamey Harris.
Jamey Harris, you've been a finalist for the past 3 years, but in this race, where did you come from?
Well, before I even answer the question, I want to say happy Father's Day to my dad. I love you. This is for you. You know, I've been fit and ready to run this type of race for the last 3 years, and it just took a lot of my coach pounding it into me, give me the confidence to just make the moves and do it. And I'm just, oh God, I'm so happy.
Well, what changed in you, and what were your tactics coming into this race?
I was just going to wait and let everybody else make their moves. I felt like if I waited to make my move till the home stretch, there was nobody that was going to get me. And it worked out perfect.
Well, it was a great move, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Jamey Harrison's mile equivalent time, a 3:55, Dwight.
So Jamey Harris, our champion here. We'll have a lot more coverage of the USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Stay tuned.